we are for our 30 Inks 30 Days recap. Actually, I started recording this and my microphone wasn't plugged in, so we're actually going to go backwards and I'm going to talk about yesterday's ink, because when I do these, I don't get to recap the last day's ink unless I do this recap video. So yeah, so here is our Maramon paper. I really like using this. I should gather them. I should gather all the ones that I have. I have 2 from last year, because this pad holds 70 sheets of paper, I think. And so I have 2 from last year, and I'm gonna have 2 this year. Yeah, it's a staple in my 30 Inks 30 days. I just like it. I don't know, I just like it. So anyway, but yeah, it looks fantastic on this paper. And the ink, the text, you can see the shimmer on that. Oops, sorry, totally jammed that. The only thing that is really interesting to me is that this splat has sheen on it. I don't think I've ever seen sheen before. It's like a gold sheen. It's really pretty. It looks really nice as a contrast with the shimmer, I think, the silvery shimmer. And yeah, it's really pretty. It laid it down right here too, where a spot where I had like tons of ink laid down. So that's awesome. I've already talked about it. If I was an ink, this is the one I would be. So if you yeah. Sorry, Yobo, I just saw your response. Yeah, so if you if you were an ink, which ink would you be? Do you have an answer? It's okay if you don't have an answer. This is just one of those questions, people ask no, it's not silly, but like, what's your top 3 ink? And I have to think about it, and I can't give just 3. I have to give 12. So it's a thing where I actually have an answer for it. So it's a question that I like to ask because I actually have a definitive answer. Yeah, I love this ink so much. I love it in this pen. Even the shimmer, look at the shimmer. It matches. I think I said that in the video, but it matches the purple on this. It's stunning. It's gorgeous. I love it. I love everything about it. Yeah, so awesome. So I did want to flip through our book here, because not everybody watches all the videos, although a lot of you do. But in case you missed one and wanted to hear my thoughts on it, we did like a mid-month recap, so I really should just do the last of it, but one last hurrah. I did grab some cards to compare the last few inks. We compared through day 17 or something like that. I don't remember what day it was that we compared through. We compared pretty late into the month because my mid-month was late. Yeah, through the 17th. So I'll redirect you to that comparison video if you want to see it. But yeah, so we'll flip through our book. I hope that you enjoyed the facts. It was just a fun little way to do a writing sample. I loved this ink. I haven't cleaned it out of the pen yet because it's still in the TWSBI Mini that I have. It's sitting on my nightstand. I keep looking at it and I keep wanting to use it. I'm like, I can't use it. It's 30 inks. I gotta use the pen of the day. I mean, I guess I don't have to. It's my game. It's inkjournal's game, but y'all aren't gonna know if I cheat unless I tell on myself. Except I tell on myself, so y'all would know. So I don't cheat. But I love this ink. This is probably one of my favorites of the month. I don't know which one is my favorite. I loved so many of these. Like I said yesterday, I loved having the boundaries of only using a shimmer ink, because it really, even though it seems restricting, and it can only use a shimmer ink, it really opened up and gave me some freedom, because I just knew that I'm choosing a shimmer ink today. I don't know what shimmer ink I'm choosing, but it's a random sample ink. It's a bottle that I have on my shelf. It's an ink that I just wanted to use. I have so many shimmer inks. There are so many that I wanted to use this month that I just didn't. I thought about giving myself a list to use, but then I was like, but what if something happens? And something did happen. We got those Colorverse inks, and we got the Ferris Wheel Press ink, and it left me open to still do what I want to do, which is not make a decision, but know that when I had to make a decision, I could. yeah, and I just realized I'm actually missing one card. So there's one card that I won't be able to show you. But I can also just go ahead and make the new card. So we might do that. Except I know once I make it, I'll find it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll find out when we get there. It's later in the month, so we don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So Robert Oster, Rose Gold Antiqua, definitely a favorite. Here's what it looks like on Tomoe River paper, in a little bit more. I just love it. I just love it. And also we talk about the transfer. Like, this ink definitely has transfer. There's a lot of transfer here. But it's so pretty. Yeah, so this is Rose Gold Antiqua. This was the first day. I didn't know that the Fountain Pen Challenge was doing their challenge today, and actually got a message from, I think it's Productive Paper Plans. I'll link her down in the description. I would probably, like, in order to use this notebook, I might do it next month if she's still doing the prompts. But so I was just choosing the word of the day and writing the definition, and they had like a did you know section, so I was kind of writing that out just to use my pen and ink, and become a little more familiar with it. So that was day 1. Then day 2, we'll move on to Van Diemen's Huan Midwinter Festival. This is one of their Tassie seasons. Oh, I said it right this time. This is winter, obviously, because it's midwinter. I love this ink. I love that it's brown with this gold. I just love it. I love it so much. I don't usually go for gold shimmer. It's not usually a thing that I like gravitate towards. We have a lot of gold shimmers this month, but I love this ink so much. Yeah, so it's fun. So that's that. We'll go ahead and move on. So here's what I'm talking about transfer. Like, there's so much shimmer on this page that is over it. Oh, look at it though. It's so just blinding and shiny and beautiful. I just really love it. I really love it so much. And in case you're wondering, I did go ahead. I was gonna wait, but I did go ahead and get some of the Underwater series from Van Diemen's. They just released them, I think, last weekend. And yeah, that moon jellyfish, it's the pink sparkly one. I'm so in love with that ink. I can't wait. That's one of the ones I got, so I'm very excited. That's gonna be a fun video. So because obviously I'll be swatching it when I get it, duh. But it's gonna be fun. But yeah, I love this ink. It was so much fun to use. I like how it looks on the Cosmo Aerolite paper, which I still don't have I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite. Like, if I had to pick a preference, I would probably pick Tomoe River paper. Even the new stuff, I know people are like, oh, I could tell. I can't really tell. Like, I can tell it's a little toothier, and it seems like there is a little more bleed through, but it's not like super bleed through, and it's not like it happens every time. Like, I can tell that there's a slight difference, but it's just overall, I just love it. I have so many notebooks with Tomoe River paper that it's just what I use. So yeah, I did get another notebook though from Danica 58 with a different type of paper, and I'll talk about that in a future video. I haven't tried it yet. We'll maybe try it and compare it to this and the Tomoe River paper. I know Sarah Martinez has done a video. I forget what it's called, so I don't want to talk about it, but I did get a little notebook that we can try out with some different paper, so we'll see that in a future video. But yeah, but anyway, that has nothing to do with this ink or 30 inks in 30 days. So yeah, I just loved this super shiny ink. Next up, we have Diamine, the Blue Collection, Jack Frost, which was I would say that this was a fan favorite. It was a viewer request, and so I made sure that I got a sample of it so I could try it out. The only thing that I noticed was that the shimmer was pretty subtle, but I know that one of our dear pen friends also featured this ink in her 30 inks, and she got a lot more shimmer, so it could have just been my sample. I also had a couple, I think somebody else commented and said that their bottle was actually pretty shimmery, so it could just be the sample I received, but it is a stunning blue with that red sheen and that blue shimmer, and I just love how the shimmer pulls in the sheen, which pulls on the ink. It's like a what are those little nesting dolls called? I just blanked on the name. What the heck are they called? I just blanked on the name. You know, you're yelling at me in the comments. I'm sorry. If I think of it, if it pops in my head, I'll come back to it. But yeah, I just love the way that the shimmer nests within the sheen, which nests within the ink, and it's just so pretty. Yeah, but I know that this was a fan favorite among many of you, so I hope that you enjoyed this day. Yeah. So moving along, this was another fun ink. This was actually a surprise for me. I loved this one a lot more than I thought I would, and I was really sad that I had to clean my pen out. Yeah, I love it on this paper, even though it's the broad nib, and yeah, I just love the shimmer on it. Diamond Shimmer-tastics are really fantastic inks. I think I haven't had any problems with them. I just really love them. They have so many colors to choose from also, so it's really fun. If you haven't tried a shimmer ink before, I actually recommend starting with the Shimmer-tastic ink just because they have so many colors to choose from, and I find them to be pretty well behaved. So, yeah, it's awesome. Here's our paper. Here's a little close-up of that. I love the spot on this one. Moving along, we have another Diamond Shimmer-tastic, Electric Pink. This one I actually chose for a special reason. So, I don't think I mentioned it in the video, but my sister actually got married on this day, and I wasn't able to go because I live far away, and it was a thing. Yeah, hoping to go when they're going to have like a big reception party after like COVID restrictions released, and so I'm definitely hoping to be able to go visit for that, which will be fun. But her dress had some pink flowers on it, so I purposely picked this ink for this day to honor and commemorate her wedding day. I don't think I mentioned it because I didn't really want to like mention it. I didn't know if she wanted me to. She sometimes watches the videos, not all the time, but every once in a while she pops in and leaves a comment or something. But yeah, so I chose this ink for my sister and her special day. So yeah, it was a fun ink. I really loved using it. I actually still have the ink in the pen. It's in my Pilot Prera, and that's also sitting on my nightstand waiting for me to be able to use it again, because I think my Pilot Prera is a good journaling pen. It's not my favorite journaling pen. My favorite journaling pen is my Wingsung 3003. I call it my friendo pen because my dear friend over at Creepy Nibs gave it to me, and for whatever reason I just love that pen in my journal. But yeah, the Pilot Prera, which that pen is inspired by, yeah, it was a perfect match. The pink and I have the pink, the transparent one with the pink ends and all that stuff, and it was just a perfect match, and it just made me happy. Even though I couldn't be with her on her day, I could at least celebrate her in some way, and yeah, it was a special day for me. Next up we have, okay, this is actually also one of my like favorite combinations. This was my Vinta Inks Nakar Mother of Pearl, because I am the Mother of Pearl. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding, I am. But, you know, these spots are really cool. And I didn't get to use this pen this day. I don't remember why. I just didn't have like a whole lot of writing to do that day with work. And I remember work was really busy. And I can't remember if this was when we were doing a training. I don't remember why. There was a reason I didn't get to use my pen that day. Did I leave it at home? No, that was a different day. I don't remember. I didn't get to use this one as much as I wanted to, though. So I actually did cheat and use this a few times in the few days afterwards. But I loved this combination. I love every single ink I put in that Pilot Falcon. It doesn't matter what I put in it. So far, I haven't run into an ink that I haven't loved. And I love writing with that pen so much, I usually have to refill it. Unfortunately, I didn't. I thought I was going to have to refill it, but I didn't get to use it, so I didn't get to really refill it. So, But this ink was a gift from my dear friend, Creepy Nibs, and I just loved it. I love that pen so much. I still have the ink in this pen, so I'm hoping, I haven't cleaned it out. I'm hoping it's not a problem, but I want to revisit this one and actually use it since I didn't get to use it very much. Moving along to day 7, we have Jerebon Emerald of Chevour. This was another fun ink to use. I have this in my TWSBI Mini. I still have this ink in this pen. I meant to clean it out before I got to do this video, and I just haven't had a chance to do it. So I want to see how it cleans out of that pen. I don't think I've had it in that pen before, but I have had staining issues before, so I want to see how it cleans out. I will report back if there's any. I know there's a couple of these that people have asked about, so if I have cleaned it out of the pen, obviously I can share that with you. If I haven't, I'll report back. But this is obviously a very ubiquitous ink in the pen world. Everybody has it, and if they don't have it, they want to try it. So yeah, it's a beautiful ink. The only thing that bothers me is my sheen seems to be rusty instead of red, and so I don't know what that's about. I don't know if it's just the batch. I don't know if my bottle's like super old. There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the ink. But yeah, it's just weird to me. So anyway, I love the ink though. It was fun to use that day. Colorverse Shiny Black, which is probably one of my other like all-time favorites on this list of inks that I'd used. Look at that shimmer. Oh my god, I love it so much. It reads silver, but if you get it in just the right enough light, the right angle, you see that it's actually like kind of rainbowy and multicolored. I don't necessarily know if it's holographic, but yeah, it's just, I love this ink so much. I love this ink so much. So much. I don't have anything else to say about it. I just love it. Okay, moving along to day number 9. Oh, this video is going to be so long. I'm so sorry. Jerebon Vert Antlatide. I loved this one as well. I love the shimmer. It's gold and silver mixed together, so it looks kind of champagne-y. I love the shade of this ink. It was actually a lot lighter than I expected it to be. I expected it to be darker. And I know a few of you in the comments also sort of expected that. But yeah, I really enjoyed writing with it this day, and I think I still have the ink in the pen. I don't think I cleaned this one out either. Look at me. I was like, I'm going to use the TWSBI Ghost so I don't have to clean out 30 pens at the end of the month. And here I am, like, having to clean out, like, 12 pens at the end of the month. But yeah, this was a sample from pen friend Roxy, who I still owe a package to. It's ready to go. I just have to slap a label on it. But yeah, moving along. We move on to Vinta Julia, which is an ink that I have had since last year. It was a sample that was given to me from Creepy Nibs, and was at one time one of their favorites, and has since fallen sort of off that list, I guess. But yeah, it's a lovely pastel pink with some gold shimmer. And yeah, the shimmer that goes everywhere, but it's really stunning. It's beautiful, and yeah, it's really beautiful. Then we move on to Vinta Julio, which was a viewer request, and yeah, I actually liked writing with this ink too. It's a lot more legible than you would think. Like, it's really light, and I know that it wouldn't work for some people, but I know that I didn't have any problems with it. The shimmer gets everywhere. It looks like a snow globe, and I think on my Instagram I called this a Cinderella ink, and this has to be like Cinderella's dress, just with all the sparkle and all the light blue and everything. But yeah, Vinta inks rarely disappoint. Have I been disappointed by Vinta ink? I don't think I have. Actually, I love all of the Vinta inks that I've tried. So yeah. So next up we have another blue collection. This is Winter Miracle. I first received a sample of this ink from pen friend Carolyn, and I also have a bottle of it. I did use the sample though, if I remember correctly. But it's this beautiful dark purple, and it has blue shimmer and gold sheen, and it's just freaking stunning. I just love it so much. This is another one with the shimmer nestles within the sheen, which sits on top of the ink, and it's beautiful. I just love it. I enjoyed writing with it today, and I enjoyed it in this pen. I did have some hard starting issues, but I don't know. That could be the nib. I feel like my nib might have a little bit of baby's bottom, but yeah, I don't know. It's lovely. It was a great ink, and I think I had to write a lot at work this day, and it was really nice. So, yeah. Oh, I just realized I'm not showing the Hobonichi, so let's go ahead and flip through the Hobonichi real fast. So we saw these pages. Here was Jack Frost and Rock and Rio. Electric Pink and the Nakar. Here is Emerald of Chevour and also Shiny Black. Vert Antlatide and Julia. Also Julio. I kind of wish those two would have been on the same spread, because that would have been cute. And then we have Winter Miracle, where we're all caught up. But you can see the change in text between the paper. Like this, it looks a lot thicker on this paper than it does on this paper. And sometimes I like that. I like finer nibs on this paper a lot, because it makes them larger. But yeah. This one is sadly one that you can't get anymore. Probably the closest that you can get is Birmingham Pen's Cranberry Twinkle, but this was a test for me because I've had it in the pen for a long time and wanted to see if it would write. It did. It passed the test. So yeah, this was a good ink. I had a lot of fun using this one today too. Well, on this day, day 13. So. Robert Oster Rose Gilt Tint is our next one, and I use this in my Twizy Punch Pink with the Architect nib. I really loved using this ink in this pen. I actually think that I still have a little bit of ink in the pen to use. Here's our coloring card. Here is our spread. There's Horsehead Nebula and also Rose Gilt Tint. I did find that I was using uppercase letters a lot more that day, just because of the nib and all that. I like the way my handwriting looked that way. But yeah, that was a fun one. I don't know what the base color of this is. The sample that I used was from Ms. Turtle. I don't know what the base color of this ink is, but I like it. I like Australis Rose better. I'm sorry, Rose Gold Antiqua. I like that better as far as the Robert Oster Rose Gold ones are concerned. But yeah, freaking stunning. I was really scared to use this one, and it behaved in my pen just fine. So there you go. Tono and Limbs Labradorite. I loved this combination. I actually still have the pen sitting here. I don't think, let's see how much ink I have in it still. Oh, I have like half a converter left, so yeah, so I'll be finishing that up. It's a fine nib, right? Yeah, fine nib. And it was just a really nice combination to use. The shimmer is stunning. Tono and Limbs shimmers are pretty subtle, which I tend to like. Like, you can barely see the shimmer on this card, but it exists. And yeah, I loved it. I loved this one a whole lot. Next up we have Ferris Wheel Press, the Morningside Collection, April Showers. I do know that I said I was pretty disappointed by the amount of shimmer. I have seen other people using this ink and they do have a lot of shimmer, so it could have just been that my bottle wasn't shaken up well enough, or I don't know. I'm sure that there's a reason for it, but yeah, it's a lovely ink. I love the shade of gray. It's very pretty. The Ferris Wheel Press, they actually did finally come out with the 38 milliliter bottles. I know, I don't know if stores have them yet, but I know that Ferris Wheel Press is selling them. So if you were kind of waiting for these inks but wanted the smaller bottles, they're available now. Day 17, and this is where the video is going to start getting long, because after this one, I have comparisons for the days after this. Van Diemen's Midnight Sky Shimmer, another one that I just loved using. This is a black with like a champagne shimmer, and it's just stunning. It's just beautiful. I really love Van Diemen's inks. I'm a Van Diemen's fangirl, I would say. I just love their inks so much. And I just love their shimmer. Like, it's just, oh, I love it. I love it. I love that it's like tons of shimmer. Tons and tons and tons of shimmer. But I haven't had any, aside from we had a small problem with this one right here where it kind of like got clogged a little bit. But I didn't really have any troubles with any of the other ones. So, yeah. I don't know, your mileage may vary, but I have had pretty good luck with these, even though they're full of shimmer. All right, day 18, we have Robert Oster Morning Shine. This is actually a sample from pen friend Casey, and I did grab some ink cards. I did grab some cards to do some comparisons, and I think I'll do that at the end real fast. I just want to kind of get through this, and I don't want to interrupt what we're doing, but here's our Hobonichi Pages. I loved using this one too. I had to clean it out of the pen so I could use the pen in a different day, but yeah, it was really nice. Nebula Space Kitty by Kiwi Inks. We have talked about this one. I have 3 bottles of this. I have my own. I have a gift bottle from Casey, and I have a gift bottle from Ms. Turtle. The one I used was Ms. Turtle's because that's the one I grabbed out of my drawer. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's stunning. I love it. It has a current permanent home for now. I don't know if it'll stay that way, but that's what it is. I just loved it. I've waxed poetic about this ink so many times that, yeah, I'm a big fan. Moving along, we have Colorverse Brain, and I love this ink so much I haven't cleaned it out of the pen either, and I was able to find a bottle of it. I was at Pen Chalet ordering my my Sailor 50 States inks because the Alaska and Maryland were finally available on their website, and I went ahead and ordered those, and I had a credit for a free ink from their little ink drop reward program, and I used the credits and coupons don't always work on Sailor inks, and so I just went ahead and grabbed a bottle of Brain. So looking forward to that. It was such a fun ink. I still have it in my Jinhao because I didn't want to empty it. I wanted to be able to use it. So even though Shimmery April is going to be done, I really want to get back to using like plain inks. I do have a few that are gonna stick around for a bit, and this is one of them. This was definitely one of my favorites of the month as well. Next up, we have Birmingham Pens Vaudeville Twinkle. This is the one I don't have a card for. I don't know where my card went. I have a ton of cards to put away, and I went through them and don't see it. So I'm gonna probably have to make another one. This video is getting long, so I don't want to do it in this video, but hopefully I find my card when I'm organizing and putting everything away, and if not, then I'll have to make a new one. But this ink was in my new Walltown Craftworks pen. I loved it. I didn't get to use this one as much as I wanted to either, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it in here and finish the fill and then fill this with something else. But yeah, I love this ink. It's another Birmingham ink, and I like their inks a whole lot. And yeah, it's very shimmery and very striking, and it's beautiful. I love the shade of purple, and yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it except that I loved it. So here's a few of our Hobonichi pages. And then you get a look at this one, which was actually a big surprise for me. I didn't know that I was going to love this one as much as I did, but I do. When I did the swatch card, I was kind of scared about it, the way it reacted with the paper, but yeah, it's stunning. It's really pretty, and I love, it reminds me a little bit of the Vert Antlet Teed. So we'll do some comparisons. That's part of the comparisons. We're going to compare those two. I think they're different greens, but I don't know. And the shimmers are a little different, but they're reminiscent, in my personal opinion. They're similar. My hands are like so sparkly. Next up was a viewer request, and I just realized we never did the splats on this. And do I have the ink sitting here? I don't. Aw, I can't believe we missed out on splats on this one. Bummer. Bummer. Yeah, so. Oh, somebody said something about a crocodile. Is this the one that looks like a crocodile? I don't remember. I don't remember which ink it was. I'll have to look at it. They gave me some cues about where to look in my video, but yeah. So this was Diamine Shimmertastic, another Shimmertastic. This is Dragon's Blood. This was a viewer request, but also one that I wanted to use, so we went ahead and used it. So, and I did this in my Safari. I still haven't cleaned my Safari out. This was the cursed combination that some people really didn't care for. I had a hard time filling that pen, I'm not going to lie, but writing with it was great. Writing with it was great. So I'm glad that I gave the Lamies another shot with some shimmer ink, because I had no problems. The ink, the nib and feed got a little dry feeling at sometimes, so that wasn't super great, but I would just prime the feed and then it was fine. So that is one where I had to prime the feed a little bit, but the ink itself is lovely, and I wrote a lot with it that day actually, and yeah, it was really nice. Day 24, we're getting close to the end. Day 24 was Birmingham Pen's Galactic Twinkle. This was a sample from pen friend Sarah Katie. If you are watching my videos, I'm sure that you're watching her videos. She did 30 inks, and she did all Colorverse inks and gave lots of cool space facts. And she was kind enough to send me a sample of this ink. While this video was uploading, no, was it? I don't think it was while the video, well, was it while the video was uploading? I can't remember the timeline, but Birmingham released their inks and I bought a bunch of them. And then I was I don't know, doing this video. I don't remember, a day or two later after the Birmingham inks released and I ordered them, I ended up ordering this one as well. So I do have a bottle of this coming. I loved it. I loved it so much. I loved writing with it. It's a lovely wet ink. The shimmer is really pretty. The sheen is gorgeous. It was just a wonderful experience, and I want more of this ink in my life, so I will be having it soon. This was another Colorverse ink. This was Felicette. I know that I'm saying that wrong. I'm so sorry. Especially if you speak French. I really love the shade of red, dark pink. The gold contrasting again. I'm not usually one for gold, especially gold this yellow, but it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yeah, I love it. This makes me, I don't think it's quite red enough, but it just kind of reminds me of like Lunar New Year, actually. Like that's the sort of vibe I get from it. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, so it's really lovely. And I loved writing with the stub nib, and it looks pink here. It looks a little more red here. We compared it to, I believe that was that Hubble from the new collection, and it's definitely lighter. But yeah, it's beautiful. Gorgeous. I actually still have the pen sitting here with some ink in it. And so let's go ahead and, with the gold shimmer and the ink while it was sitting there, it does look kind of red. It's coated the pen, so so it'll be fun to see how this cleans out. So we'll find out. I'll report back when I do that, but it looks really nice in this pen. Moving along, we've moved on to Van Diemen's, another Van Diemen's shimmer ink. Woo-woo. Blonde Bombshell. Pretty like yellowy honey colored ink with really beautiful gold shimmer. This ink just shines, and yeah, I really enjoyed writing with it. I don't know what else to say about it. All right, moving along. This is where we started with the new Colorverse inks from their Series 7. This pink, though. Horsehead Nebula. I even posted, when I posted to Instagram, I'm like, Colorverse, I need this in at least a 30 ml bottle. Like, at least. So I hope that they decide to release these in bigger bottles. Kind of like they did with Brain and Cat and Ham and, what are some of the other ones? I can't think of them off the top of my head, but like some of the other like companion inks, they ended up releasing in larger bottles, and I hope that this is one that they decide to do because it's stunning, and I'm going to be so sad when I run out of that ink, because I will run out of that ink. Somebody asked about how it cleans out of the pen, and I haven't emptied the pen yet. I have some ink in it still, and I want to use it up, so I will definitely report back on the cleaning when I get that far. This was another beautiful ink, and I actually didn't get to write with it a whole ton because I left my pen at home. I had to work at work this day, and I got to work. I was like, oh no, I don't have my pen. But I love the base color, and it has like kind of like a dirty quality to the base ink, but then that like pink shimmer, it just looks like, it's not a rainbow, but it just looks like a rainbow. It's just stunning. It's stunning. I love it. I love it. The depth and it's so pretty. I really love this ink too. And I hope that they decide to release this in big bottles. I think I'd be sadder. I think I'd be more sad about missing out on this one. So I definitely hope that they do this one. But this one is also lovely. And I would love to see it in a bigger bottle. Moving along, I actually forgot to post this on Instagram yesterday, so I did it this morning, and I have to post today's ink later today. But yeah, I loved this one as well. This dusty, beautiful purple with this gold, not gold, pink shimmer. It's so pretty. I loved it. I loved it. Again, with tonal and limbs, when you're writing with the pen, their shimmer is actually pretty subtle, and I kind of love that about it. Like, it's there, it's a hint. This ink color sort of reminds me of Sydney. I didn't grab Sydney Lavender. I wonder if I have that card nearby. Reminds me a little bit of Sydney Lavender. It's really pretty, and I am very happy. I was very happy to use it yesterday. And then today, yesterday, the day before, whatever. I'm recording this on the 30th, so I can post it tomorrow. But anyway, then we have this ink, our last ink of the day. Our last ink of the month, which is me. It's me in an ink. That's all I have to say about that. Let's flip through really fast in case you were curious. I won't spend too much time on here, but look at that. This one got some bleed through from the page before, and we have a lot of the shimmer transfer. But I love that ink, and I loved it in the fine nib, and yes, Casey, I hope you love it in your fine nib as well. I love it. I love the dusty quality of that shade of purple and all the shading you get in it. It's so pretty. And then, yeah, there we go. There's day 30 ink. So let's go ahead and look at our calendar. Here's the whole month. Here's the whole month of shimmer. You can see it. It's so pretty. And I remember I was like, oh, we don't have any purples. Look, we have purple, 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 purple. Like, we ended up finding the purples. So, yeah. I think I wish there was maybe a little more orange and perhaps a little more green, like brighter greens in here. But, yeah, that's not what I picked this month. So, this is what my month looks like. So, yeah. I hope that you enjoyed this 30 inks. Before we go, though, we're going to quickly compare the last few days of the month. I have some inks. This video is so long. I'm sorry. I talk too much. It's funny because I don't actually talk a whole lot like in real life, but I talk too much on these videos. So I'm just going to pull these off because we're going to compare all of them. Well, not all of them, but all the ones that we haven't compared yet. I'll do that real fast. I pre-picked and also organized them sort of by the color, so hopefully this will go fast. When I saw this, I was wondering how it looked next to Peacock Flare, which actually Crafting Vicky, I think this is her ink of day 30, so Peacock Flare seems to be a little more green, although they do both have the silver shimmer. For some non-shimmers, I was thinking maybe Eau de Nil, but Eau de Nil's a little more blue. Here's Kujaku by Pilot Roshizuku, which is a little too dark. Pelican Edelstein Aquamarine, which is a little too dark. And Nickel Teal. And I actually have the non-shimmer version of this ink, but I didn't grab it. It's Robert Oster Morning Mist. I've used it previously, and I guess I didn't see it in the cards, so sorry about that. But yeah, so Organic Studios is not just a sheen monster. They actually have some fairly normal inks as well, and they're not as scary. They behave pretty well as far as I can tell. I've only been disappointed by one, and it no longer exists in my collection. So, alright, so that's that. Then we have a Nebula Space Kitty, and I pulled all of my like petrol-y kind of inks. So we have Lamy Petrol, Birmingham Hot Rolled Steel. This is one I thought would compare. It's the Van Diemen's Tassie Season Summer Hailstorm, but I think this is a little more green. And also perhaps Van Diemen's Blackened Seas, and this one seems a little more blue. So there's some options for you. Colorverse Brain. I don't think I really actually have much that goes along with this. I actually pulled a bunch, but I don't think any of them go with it. I just thought they'd be ones that people would want to see. So I'm gonna start with, I pulled some yellowy ones that I don't think really work. Diamine Shimmertastic Razzmatazz. This is definitely way more yellow. This is one of the ones that I wanted to get in a pen and just didn't this month. That's okay. Also, even though it's yellow, I pulled Citrus Black because when it was sitting where it was sitting, it looked a little more green, but it's definitely yellow. I had this one sitting there and I thought it was this is a little more brown, so not really. Van Diemen's Eucalyptus Regnans, definitely more green, darker and greenier. And this is a little more yellow, this is a little more green. Sailor 280, this doesn't compare at all. I don't think this is similar at all. And then Calavolia Olivast, which is definitely a lot darker and it's definitely a lot darker. The lighter bits are different. But yeah, definitely, and that's not even really remotely the same either. Okay, so that's that. Kyono Oto number 12. I thought maybe this compares to Van Diemen's Midnight Woods. It's a little, this card is not really, it's kind of similar. I think the shimmers are different. Let me grab Vert Antlet Teed, because I thought that was the one that actually really compared to it a little closer. And this seems like it's maybe a little darker, but not bad. Not bad. This might have a little more yellow in it. This might be a little more blue, but very pretty. Okay, there's that. Diamine Dragon's Blood. I don't think I had much to compare this to, actually. Just Wondrous Winterberry, which is definitely more red. I did some comparisons on this one already, so you can check that video out if you want to see it. So I didn't really grab much of those. Birmingham Pens Galactic Twinkle. I compared some of the inks on this one, but I didn't grab Happy Holidays, and I think somebody was asking about that. This is definitely a bit more blue. The shimmer I don't think is quite as intense. It's a little darker perhaps, or maybe just not as much. And the blues are different is the main thing, and I feel like the sheen is a little different as well, but that could just be blocked by the shimmer. So if you were interested, that's what that looks like. Philly set. Here it is next to Diamine Shimmertastic Pink Glitz, which this is definitely a little more pink. This makes this look red. And then we have Pink Champagne, which again I think makes this look a little more red. This looks a little more coral. That could also be the gold shimmers doing that, but yeah, this is definitely a little cooler and this is warmer, but yeah. Blonde Bombshell. I had somebody ask about comparing this to Robert Oster Heart of Gold, and I don't have Heart of Gold. I do have a sample of Aussie Liquid Gold from Pen Friend Robert, and then I also have Diamond Golden Sands from Pen Friend Carolyn. This is a little, I would say maybe a little more brown. This base color, oh, let me grab my Van Diemen's. This base color kind of reminds me of apple cider, maybe? No, that's a little too bright. That's a little too bright. Let me put that back. What about maybe peanut brittle? It could just be a completely different ink, but sometimes, a lot of the times, no, that's a little too, that actually compares a little more better to Golden Sands. Okay, no. I think they had beeswax, but that's a little too yellow. So I don't actually know if there is like a base color comparison, but it's very pretty and I enjoyed using it a lot. Horsehead Nebula. I know a lot of people want to see this compared to Hollywood Diamonds Are a Girl's BFF. I found my card, so there you go. This one definitely has a lot more silver shimmer. I think the base colors are a little different, but maybe that's close enough for you. I don't know. I know it's really hard to get this one now. It sold out pretty fast. I'm glad I pre-ordered. Okay, next up, we have lots of things to compare this to that I think people will ask about. So I have Troublemaker Abalone. I have Sailor Ink Studio 340. I thought was like a basic one. Here it is next to Haha. Diamond Prussian Blue, I thought was, it doesn't have the depth that this one has, but I thought that was kind of an interesting selection. Neko Yanagi, that's more purple. Blue Cotton Candy from Colorverse, definitely way lighter. Sailor Ink Studio 240, although I think of these, I think 340 is a little closer. And that, oh wait, that's all I grabbed for this one. Tono and Limbs Hematite. Actually, these next inks kind of like all match each other. Here it is next to Pen BBS 404. I think this is a little more vibrant. That's definitely a little more lavender. So let's grab some silver purple. This seems a little more gray and this is a little more purple, but not bad. Diamond Tungsten Purple. This is a little darker, I would say, but still kind of the same dusty tone. And here it is next to Dragon and Alexander Hamilton. So not quite the comparison. I think probably the closest matched is this one, maybe. It's just a little darker. And then Amethyst de Laurel. Well, that's really close. Alexander Hamilton, Magic Dragon, Silver Purple, and then these are obviously like just lavender. So great! I hope that you enjoyed this video and seeing all of these inks. Yeah, again, once I clean out the pen on some of these ones that I need to clean out, I will get back to you and report back. But yeah, I hope that you had a lovely April, and thank you again. I know that I keep thanking you, but I can't thank you enough. I hope that you're having a wonderful May now. I will have some videos next week for you all to watch, and I don't know when I'm going to do a currently inked video. It might be later in the month. We'll see how my work schedule, we'll see what that allows. But yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I had a blast doing these inks with you. June is Pen Friend Appreciation Month, where I use all the inks that you have sent me. And also some pens, because I have received some pens from friends. So I don't have enough to fill the whole month, but yeah, we'll definitely be using inks that you sent me. And yeah, if you want to send me something, you definitely, please, you don't have to. I have so much ink. I don't need any more ink. But if you want to participate and be included, I don't want to leave anybody out. So, yeah, just get in contact with me. You can email me, hellolovelyrights@gmail.com, or DM me on Instagram. I'm at hellolovely, and yeah, we can trade or do something or whatever. Or we don't have to do anything, especially if you've already sent me stuff. If you have already sent me stuff, you are way more generous than I could ever imagine, and I have plenty of ink. But again, because it is Pen Friend Appreciation Month, I don't want anybody to be left out. So if you would like to participate, just let me know. But you don't have to send me anything. You truly don't. It's fine. I have enough. So anyway, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this April and this shimmery sparkle month. I know that I've got a couple of you. I got a couple of you with the shimmer bug. So yeah, if you haven't used shimmer inks before, or it's been a while, or you liked any of these enough to get your own, let me know how it goes. I'd love to hear back from you, whether your experience was good or bad. Like, if you've tried them and hadn't tried them or were scared of them before, like, thank you for trying it. I hope that it was a success for you. So I can tell that my voice is dying, and I'm going to go grab some water. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon with another video, and seeing you in June for another 30 inks, 30 days. Take care. Love you. Bye.